Hi guys, welcome to another video of live trading with myself, Bart. Now, today I haven't been continuing the challenge. What I've done was last week I felt that I wasn't feeling the market and the market had changed in terms of not a lot of follow through and the momentum trades not working out. So the plan was to take Thursday and Friday off and then this morning to start again. Now, on Thursday and Friday, I did trade and I traded live. I didn't record the sessions and I didn't want to use them as part of the challenge. I just wanted to kind of get a feel for the market, see if everything is as is. And unfortunately, it wasn't so. I had two losses on Thursday and on Friday. Sorry, both days were red. That's what I meant. I think on Thursday I was down $500 and Friday $465. So that kind of made me a little bit uneasy over the weekend. So I spent a lot of the weekend thinking, okay, is my strategy actually the one that I want to be using? Is there anything that I can change? You know, is my approach something that I need to work on? And what I realized was that there's actually more to it than that. So I'll go into that in a second, but let's just walk through today's trades. So today's trades are live trades, but they're not part of the challenge simply because as I've written here in the blurb, I'm not feeling the mojo. I'm not feeling the energy, the kind of positive confidence I had. And I need a bit of time to work on that to kind of resolve and see whether I need to go back to paper trading for the rest of the week or whether I continue doing what I'm doing. So let's go through today's trades and then I'll tell you why everything is not as it appears to be. So today was $114 profit, but once again, really not very good trading. And this is why I'm just not sure about what I should be doing going forward. Let me just show you the trades first. So in ascending order. So this morning I didn't get in pre-market. I made a conscious decision because the last 2 or 3 days have really caused me to get into a bit of trouble pre-market trading. So I decided today I'm not going to be pre-market trading, even though I saw VRX and I probably could have made my daily target of $100. It used to be $200 my target, but now it's $100 because the market has changed and I'm extra conservative, extra cautious. So $100 for me every day now is going to be okay, just until I can get over this hurdle. So let me show you. So VRX, I traded just the once, and correct. Let me show you the big daily chart, so to speak. So let me just make sure my trades here are highlighted on there. We'll use triangles. Okay, sorry, this is not VRX. My apologies. This is VRX. So the loss on VRX was, how much was it? $226. So, you know, I got in here expecting it to kind of break 1150. Actually, I got in at 9:31, I think it was, or 9:30. Let me just have a look what time I got in. Yeah, 9:30. So just as a bell rang, I got in there. So initially it went up a little bit, but then it kind of just popped down. As you can see now, it went all the way down to 1060. So had I held, I mean, that would have crushed me. So it was good trade management to get rid of that. But the fact remains that you know, I'm not sure I should be taking these trades. So you know, at the moment I've lost a bit of confidence, and what I'm feeling is that every time I'm about to take a trade, I'm rethinking it in my mind. Whereas beforehand, when I was doing the $2,500 challenge and the $1,000 challenge, and it was paper based, I had no qualms, no fear. Just got in there, did what I had needed to do, got out. If I took a loss, I took a loss. But now it's a lot more emotional, so I can actually feel myself getting tense when I'm in a trade. So to counter that, what I've done is I've decreased size. So beforehand, I used to get in with 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares. I mean, I've considerably dropped that. I'm now getting in 250, 500 shares. Is probably the most I'm getting in, simply because I need to, regain that kind of mojo, that kind of confidence. And this morning on this trade, I mean, I mean, look, look at the pre-market. I mean, it was looking good pre-market. I mean, the news was great, good as well. I mean, depending on how you I guess interpret it. But positive news. I mean, yes, news alone doesn't mean anything. It's the actual reaction to the market of the news. But pre-market, it kept going up and up and up, and I was watching it, and I know that just before 9:30, normally what happens is that people sell to take profit because they're not sure how the market, how the open is going to be. So I was expecting it to go down a little bit, but it kind of dropped. Actually, this is my fault. I guess I should have seen this as well. I mean, this kind of did fall down a considerable amount by 9:15, but then it started coming back up again. So hence my decision. But probably wasn't the best. Obviously, in hindsight, everything is 20/20. Then we got into CAMT, and I traded this one. I think I got in here. I scaled in, and I sold it, and I scaled in, and I scaled out. All right. So CAMT. So that was this one. All right. So I mean, this here doesn't look like a lot of volume, which would be correct to say. But then it kind of started picking up, and I traded this twice. So the overall loss, how much was it? $100. So I think that if you look at my entries here, so bought at 473 and bought again at 45, so obviously it was going up, but then I sold at a loss at 470 because my average here would have been about 487, sorry, 478 or thereabouts. So I sold at 470, so that would have been a loss. The second entry, 485, 500, 492, and I sold, so that probably would have been a bit of a loss as well. So yeah, this one just didn't work. Reason why it didn't work, I got in late. I mean, I was chasing this. I mean, this is one of the problems I know that I have, and unfortunately, I tend to chase. If I see a stock spiking, especially if I hear numerous alerts going off in trade ideas, 1 minute volume, bursts, big momentum, high of day, that just kind of, that gets my juices flowing. And I know it shouldn't, but emotionally at the moment, this is a place I'm in. But I'm trying very hard to control that and to be aware of that. So this one was just a chase, and obviously it didn't work out. If you look at where it is now, because we're live now, it's 10:28 in the morning. This is sitting at $4.46, so it's dropped down a fair bit from where it was in the morning. I'll leave CLNT to the end, but I'll just go through Palm because that was the next one on the list. So Palm, I've traded this beforehand. I've had some good success trading this. Today wasn't one of those days. Now, this has been a bit of a beaten down stock for a while. Ever since the days where it was just going crazy and, a lot of big short squeezes were occurring. At the moment, it's nowhere near that kind of strength. It's a lot weaker than it was. But the other thing is I don't trade red to green moves. But this was a red to green move. I mean, this is at 9:30, so the market opens here, and then it just started spiking, and I got in here at $3.24. I think I must have gotten in twice, did I? No, so I bought 1,000 shares at $3.27. Yeah, and I got out in two losses. Okay, 500. So really, this was just a small, solid, a scaredy cat trade, if you want to call it that. The kind of fear factor is here amongst us at the moment, and I'm just kind of struggling to deal with it. But in hindsight, I mean, this was actually a damn good trade because look, I mean, I sold pretty much at the high of day, and then it went right back down, and look where it is now. It's just above green. Sorry, it's just above the previous close, so it's just green on the day. So this was a bit of a scaredy cat trade, but it worked. It was small size, so it wasn't too bad. But I wish I'd seen this a bit earlier. But the fact remains, it's going to be down there for analysis later on. Now, the trade that saved the day, that saved the bacon, is CAMT. CLNT, my apologies. So this one here, I traded a number of times. I bought 500 shares first at 520. Okay, then so the first one was a loss, selling at 505, then it just kind of took off after that. It just went just crazy. I mean, this was a big short squeeze. I mean, you can see now it's still 90% up on the day. When I got out of it, it was like 116%. I think it was 116 or 106. Plus, I held through a halt as well, which I was a bit, well, you know, at the moment, my confidence is a bit down. So I was feeling a bit irrational and wasn't sure what to do. But I had my finger on the exit button and I got out with a profit. But what I do, so I got in here, so I bought in 2 lots, sold here, and as you can see, the blue triangles is where I got in, the red is where I got out. So this thing just kept going and going and going. It just an amazingly strong stock. This is what a short squeeze is. If you want to know what a short squeeze looks like, this is it. I mean, you know, shorts were covering. In other words, people who were short on this stock had to buy to cover and close off their position. So by buying, that added extra strength to the buying momentum that was already occurring. So they were just kind of like throwing petrol into fire. It just kept going higher and higher and higher. And it got halted somewhere here, I think, or thereabouts. Yeah, actually, I sold 645. So it just went a little bit. So this is where the halt was. So it went up a little bit higher. But, you know, I wasn't getting in there. No way. I mean, that was too risky. And now it's kind of just starting to consolidate around about here, but still an amazing move, really strong move. So that was it. So how much was that? That was almost $400 on that. So after commissions, I don't know how many commissions are going to be, probably about $80. I'm gathering. So, you know, this is probably a $200 a day if you didn't count commissions. But as I said, I have now decided to have a $100 target. The market is still, for me, it's a bit risky. Or look, maybe it's just that my strategy is very risky, and I thought I had it down packed in the 2 challenges I did, which were simulation challenges. But you know, I did really well in those. I mean, I took maybe 1 or 2 trades a day, maybe 3. You know, I was regularly making $200, $300, $400. It was. I wouldn't want to use the word easy, but it was almost easy. But yes, you know, real money is obviously very different. But even after I finished the second challenge, and I went live, the first 2 days were perfect. I made $340, I think, the first day, and about $200 on the second day. It was great. It's just the third day, and that really rocked me. The third day, I lost $1,400 on $1,400. And that I think is causing me to be in the state that I am now, because I had to, first of all, refund my account to go over 25K. That emotionally, mentally was difficult. You know, and now I have this burden hanging over me that I know I've only got, what is it? My account is, you know, 27K. So, you know, whereas before, when I first started trading, it was 31K. You know, this is a few months back. You know, so now back on mind, I know I've only got 2K left. If I screw this up, if I mess this up, you know, I'm not sure whether I want to be kind of, you know, refunding this again so quickly. So, you know, I've got to be very, very conservative. On the other hand, this morning, I opened up my paper trading account and I was going to paper trade because I decided that, you know, last 4 days have been red for me. You know, maybe it's time I kind of, you know, relook at my strategy and kind of have a think about what I need to do. But I thought, no, I'm going to go live. I'm going to give it 1 more day to kind of see how things pan out. And, you know, look, I was down, what, $326. Then along came Palm, so I was down 312. And you know, this kind of saved me, this CLNT. But, you know, the thing for me is I can't keep waiting around for these, you know, 1 in 100 stocks just go through the roof. You know, that's not a viable strategy. That's something that will happen every now and then. You get lucky. I mean, today was lucky. In a way, I was lucky. I mean, yes, there was skill involved in finding the stock, and it was, you know, there was skill involved in getting into it and sizing and scaling out. Yes, but still, I mean, I'm not sure that I will be able to find a stock like CLNT tomorrow or Wednesday, you know, and the rest of the week as well. So I need to have a think about it. But let me just show you something. What I alluded to at the start of the video in terms of that, you know, that there's more underneath the surface that we're seeing in terms of this current market trend. Have a look at this chart. So this chart is showing us for the 5th of May, which was last Friday, I believe, or Thursday. It's showing us the cumulative amount of the number of new highs versus the new lows. and that's tracked throughout the day. So let me show what I mean. So let's take, for example, this one here at 10:42. There were